Hello, my name is Andrew Geary and welcome to Seismic Soundoff, in-depth conversations in applied geophysics. I am joined by Johannes Douma, Vice Chair of the Emerging Professionals International Committee, or EPIC. Johannes provides the committee's background, current focus, and how emerging professionals can get involved. EPIC is SEG's resource for emerging professionals, those with less than 8 years in the industry. It's a global group sharing a common interest in sponsoring gatherings of emerging geoscientists to discuss and gain further understanding of their respective disciplines. Johannes is an exploration geophysicist at Cimarex Energy in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Vice Chair of EPIC. At Cimarex, he currently works on the Anadarko Exploration Team, focusing on further developing formations in Oklahoma. He completed both his undergraduate and graduate degrees in geophysics at Colorado School of Mines. Johannes joins me next. What is EPIC?
So EPIC is really, the definition of EPIC is that it's the Emerging Professionals International Committee. And so what we are responsible for is trying to provide value and really an opportunity for the emerging professionals and trying to make SEG relevant for young professionals.
How do you define emerging professionals?
So everyone, in some way has a different definition of it, but the official SEG definition of it is that it's less than 8 years in the industry. But honestly, we're just kind of looking for that demographic that whether you're old or young, if you've just entered the industry or if you've been in the industry, went back to college and came back, kind of that demographic of just who's recently entered the industry within the last 8 years. So not more so than just a combined experience of 8 years.
What ways does EPIC connect with its members?
Right now, the main thing that we are trying to do to gain traction is through social events, specifically EPIC happy hours that we're holding across the globe, really. And by doing that, it's just more of a natural growth. And so, I try and contact everyone that I know throughout, in this case here, Tulsa or Colorado and Denver. And then I ask those people to contact whoever they might know. And through that, a great example of that was Denver. When I set up the first EPIC happy hour in Denver, I had personally invited about 8 people, right? But in the end, we had about 20 people show up. And even to my own surprise, I didn't fully appreciate how many young professionals there were in Denver. And so by just kind of trying to do this natural growth of inviting who you know and getting everyone in the same room has allowed us to actually get a larger turnout than we had initially anticipated.
Sort of taking a step back from that question, how does one become a member of EPIC?
So right now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to attract any and all young professionals. I mean, obviously, preferably they're SEG members, but that's not really necessary. And so anyone can get involved by going online to the SEG website for EPIC and ask to volunteer or help out. We have that option. But most importantly, it's just right now we have EPIC committee members, one or more for each specific district across the globe that are kind of your district representative. But if you're in a city where we don't have a committee member, but you would like to get involved, we're always looking for those kind of people to help set up, social events and happy hours throughout the globe and really start spreading the news about these events and allow the networking of young professionals to occur.
SEG board member Madeline Dana Lee in January's The Leading Edge talked about how as a society we need to help the young professionals navigating an industry as dynamic as the exploration market, and she's a young professional herself. How does EPIC help support these emerging professionals through the good times and the bad?
So one way that we're trying to support them now through the good times and the bad is that we just recently went through this downturn, and what we're trying to do is allow an opportunity for young professionals to network within the community outside of their companies. And by allowing them to build up a net and a network, you will have connections then if the times get tough to hopefully reach out to some of those connections. Now, as we are moving out of this downturn, what we'd like to transition to, and as we're gaining more traction with these happy hours, is we'd like to transition to also providing technical information and expertise, and hopefully even down the road mentorship, where now rather than just having a social happy hour event, people can come and turn towards EPIC to do, lunch and learns on AVO or lunch and learns on doing accurate surface time depth conversions, to essentially allow experts to spread the knowledge to these young professionals outside of their company. And so try and create an opportunity at hopefully a lower cost to allow you to grow from a technical perspective and not just have this network that you have available to yourself.
On a little bit more higher level, what do you think young professionals are looking from in the industry or looking for in the industry?
I think what emerging professionals are looking for from the industry is learning as much as they can from the senior experts and that mentorship before everyone retires. I think the geophysics industry as a whole is very divided with, senior expertise and us younger emerging professionals. And a lot of that expertise is soon going to be leaving the workforce. And so I know that one thing that I'm looking for and a lot of my friends and colleagues are looking for is just an ability to absorb and an opportunity to absorb as much of that knowledge base as we can as quickly as possible. Now, whether that's through mentorship, whether that's through internal learning, whether that's through outside classes that your company lets you take, there are a lot of different options for that. But I think that to me is one of the focuses as emerging professionals we're looking for from the industry at this time.
What do emerging professionals need from professional societies like the SEG?
I think that's an excellent question. I think as we're starting to now gain traction and as we are starting to transition from these happy hours to, gauge everyone's interest, I think now is the time, and we are starting to get a lot of support now from SEG and the SEG board to make that next big push, have these official meetings at SEG as a committee. We're now working on having a special session at the next SEG annual meeting for young professionals to give them an opportunity to present their work and an opportunity for them to grow and to make the annual meeting for them relevant as well, and for them an opportunity to expand their knowledge base. And so I think right now is the time for us to gain some support from SEG in regards to making that next big push and adding value in the good times, right? That technical growth and expertise.
How do you react to the humanitarian outreach SEG is involved in? Is that important to you as a professional in this industry?
I do believe that is very important, and that's honestly something that we as EPIC should probably do a better job of. We just haven't gotten that chance yet to look into that aspect as well, just because we're still so new. Our first focus was just to gain traction and find young professionals, even the ones that aren't SEG members. And I think we've started to succeed in that. The next one is, okay, this is great having social events, but we need to also be adding value through SEG. And I think the first way is to add that technical component. Then obviously we'd love to do community outreach as well, because I think the interest is there. And we can do that on multiple different fronts. And I think that's something we should look forward to in the future.
What is important to you that the SEG provides directly to you or your peers or even the greater geoscience community?
To me, it's the two main themes we've kind of discussed several times now. It's a networking opportunity and allow each person to build a net within the industry, because those nets are so important throughout your career, whether it's through contacts in the good times, if you have technical questions, if you want to work on a new project, and having connections with service providers, to during the bad times, having a network built up to reach out and to see, hey, are there new opportunities somewhere else where I can maybe help out? So I think a network is a very important aspect. And then obviously the most important one is the technical knowledge and the ability to educate yourself and improve your knowledge base throughout your career, right? We found SEG and all their technical journals, whether it's the leading edge, geophysics, interpretation, there's something there for everyone, whether you're an interpreter, more technical research side, to constantly keep up to date on what the current technology is that's being applied and to further develop geophysics as a whole within our industry.
How would you, if someone is listening to this who is in that demographic that you were talking about, how can they themselves engage with EPIC and get involved?
That is a super question. That is the next direction I really want to take this. There's been a lot of discussions had, and I think, I personally am looking for experts in geophysics that would like to get more involved and would like to reach out to myself, personally, throughout the globe. You don't have to even be in America. And if you are interested in doing lunch and learns for young professionals, we are looking for those kind of people. And that is a clear direction we would like to go next, because we can't do these mentorship programs or these lunch and learn programs without these expertise and senior level geophysicists assisting us in that next direction. And so what I would say to them is, please reach out to myself, being the vice chair of EPIC committee, or to the chair of the EPIC committee, Brandy Michaels, and we would love to start collecting that information so that we can build up, a contact list and start moving towards that direction.
Just remind listeners one more time how they can get involved with EPIC.
So the two ways to best reach out is to email us at epic@seg.org, or to go online, just Google SEG EPIC, and you can hit I'm interested in volunteering for SEG.
Is there anything else you would like to leave for listeners about EPIC?
Yeah, I think we have these committee members spread out throughout the globe, running a specific district. But we're always looking for is interest in cities that we're not represented in, but that are within each specific district, to set up these happy hours. And if you are interested in doing that, please reach out to us, because we would love to start having these happy hour events throughout the globe, not just in the cities that our committee members are located in, but anywhere else, so that we can build this natural network and allow it to grow, and then hopefully soon enough pass technical knowledge to these local communities as well. Kind of generating this next step, going from once you leave universities and you leave your student chapter and you move to your next city, find that local kind of EPIC chapter, that EPIC, group, so that you can instantly build up a network and then instantly see everyone else that's in that industry that's a young professional from other companies, and allow yourself to continue to develop your technical know-how, whether you have a mentor, a geophysical mentor inside your company or not. SEG members can discover what they don't know and have a chance to win an iPad Pro. Simply complete a self-assessment in the SEG Competency Management System by September 1st. Visit seg.org/CMS today to enter. If you enjoy the show, review us on iTunes. Your review helps others find the show. Subscribe to Seismic Soundoff on the podcast app of your choice to receive the latest episodes first. Subscribe to Seismic Soundoff on the podcast app of your choice to receive the latest episodes first. Season 1 of Seismic Soundoff is sponsored by the SEG Wiki, home to hundreds of biographies of key geoscientists, geophysical tutorials, and core content from the science of applied geophysics. Visit wiki.seg.org to learn how you can grow the world's first online geophysics encyclopedia. Original music by Zach Bridges. This episode was produced by Isaac Farley and hosted, edited, and produced by me, Andrew Geary. Special thanks to Johnny Yoder, SEG Constituent Engagement Manager. Thank you for listening. This is Seismic Soundoff, signaling off.